Hey, everybody. It's June 16th, 2025. And I want to talk today about the Daily Truth for the Institute for Common Power. We're doing these daily to highlight the way in which truth is being taught or can't be taught in American education today. And right now, today, we are seeing exactly how disinformation, lies, and conspiracies, total falsehoods, can cluster and take over our system. So, two examples right now in real time. First, at the rallies across this country, the protests that occurred on Saturday, about 5 million Americans showed up for those protests. In Washington, D.C., about 100,000, maybe 125,000 people showed up for the president's military parade. But you won't see it that way. It won't be told that way in the social media environments, on the cable news environments. It'll be talked about the fact that things were out of control in this country in the protests, when in reality, this was the largest nonviolent set of protests in American history, more than anything that we've ever seen before. That's a daily truth. That is a truth. People are outraged about the xenophobia, the racism, the authoritarianism, the assault on truth that's occurring in this presidency. That's the truth today. Second, this horrible assassinations, these horrible assassinations in Minnesota of political leadership. Here's the truth. 2 Democratic lawmakers were shot. 1 was killed. They were shot by a person as a Trump supporter that voted for Trump, that is an anti-abortion, hostile to progressive thinking about the world, hostile to an inclusive and democracy. He went and killed these people intentionally. All right. The good news is he's been arrested, but the disinformation, the misinformation, the conspiracy lies that he is supposedly a Democratic supporter or a leftist or a liberal, and that he somehow was inspired by Tim Walz, the governor. None of this is true. In fact, this morning in the Minneapolis Star Tribune, the signature newspaper of the Twin Cities, they debunk every one of these lies and falsehoods and go bing, 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 bing. But I've watched it unfold in real time on my social media. The attempt to just confuse us and deny the realities of this violence. It has been just abhorrent to watch. The assault on truth is so pernicious, so intentional, so irresponsible. We have to speak up. Thank you to the newspaper. Thank you to the Star Tribune. Thank you to everybody who's committed to cutting through all this and telling the truth. People need to be held responsible for telling lies, and we need to be responsible for telling the truth every day. All right? We're watching it unfold right now, how this is attacked every day. Truth is attacked. If we don't stand up for our daily truths, then the reality is that this country, this democracy, this common knowledge is doomed. We are the Institute for Common Power. I'm David Domke, a professor. These are the daily truths. This is June 16th, 2025. Let's stand up.